Hello, in this video we will be discussing the various products available with Snare and what their functionality is. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So as you can see here, we have multiple products available within Snare. First of all, we have our Snare agents, which you're probably familiar with. It's the primary product that's pulling in the logs from various systems. We'll discuss that, the various types of agents in a moment. We also have the Snare Agent Manager, Agent Management Console, Reflector, Snare Central Server, MSI Builder, and the ADMX templates, which are helpful in basically group policy sort of distribution there. So we have various Snare agents for different platforms and environments. As you can see here, the different types of agents that we have the audit agents. These are just the generic types of events logs that you would see from Windows or from Linux, OS X, things like that. Also file integrity monitoring and file access monitoring. This is new thing that's been available with the V5 agents. We have our epilogue, which is able to process generic text type of logs. It's helpful with things like DHCP or IIS type of logs and forwarding them on. We have WEC forwarding, Windows Event Collection forwarding. This type of an agent is useful if you have Windows nodes that are subscribed to send their events to a central node, and that node is forwarding them on to another SIM or something like that. And then lastly, we have our MS SQL log, which is able to log and process privileged access for the SQL server. So we have various logs on different platforms. So for Windows, we have the audit, epilogue, MS SQL, and the WEC forwarding, all available under Windows platform. And for Linux and OS X, we have the general audit, which includes the FIM and FAM, and epilogue as well. Next, we have our Snare Agent Managers, also known as SAM. This allows you to automatically distribute licenses to your agents rather than having to license them individually with the V5 agents. You can use the SAM to scan your network to discover legacy agents that might need to be upgraded to the new V5. As of the Windows 1.1.0, the SAM is actually able to push out updates to agents via binary distribution. This is only valid for agents that are above the 5.1.0, so any new future patches or releases will be able to be pushed out. Lastly, the SAM is also available via Snare Server 7.2, although it is a little bit earlier of a release. It's the 1.0.2 or 1.0.3 in 7.3. Next, we have our Agent Management Console. This is helpful in configuration of your agents. You can do remote agent configuration with that by pulling the configuration from a golden or a template type of node and pushing that out to other agents that you want to have the same configuration set. So this can be helpful you can actually also modify the configuration before pushing that out from the AMC as well. So if you needed to edit some things, you can push that out and make different pushes to different locations if you needed to change objectives or change destinations, things like that. This is a subset of the Snare server. Next, we have our reflector, which can reflect incoming logs to other destinations as well. The reflector has some nice functionality in that it allows some formatting change if you needed to change the format of the logs that were incoming and make them uniform going out. You can also use it to find and replace. So if you have a host name, for example, that you needed, or an IP address or something like that that you needed to change to a particular format or naming functionality, you can do that through the regex and find and replace options. We also allow filtering so that you can only send the events that you want towards your destinations. And as I said, there's multiple destinations as well, and that is part of the Windows, part of Snare Server or as a separate Windows installation. And now, speaking of Snare Central Server, we're going to go ahead and discuss the functionality of it. So here in the Snare Server, it contains the various products that we've mentioned so far, Reflector, the Agent Management Console, AMC, as well as the Snare Agent Manager, that's as of 7.2 and above. And it also allows for a great deal of report generation on various types of data that you're getting in, and things like alerting and real-time alerting and whatnot. So it comes in pretty handy as far as that goes. It runs on Ubuntu Linux, and currently, as of the date, it's 14.04 version of Ubuntu Linux. And we have other products that are coming on the way soon, so please keep an eye on the channel, and we will make any announcements, and you should be receiving emails as well announcing new products. Thank you.